Hey everyone, it's Rose, and today I want to talk to you guys a little bit about ableism and Amberlynn Reid. Hey everyone, just want to welcome you back to my channel, and I want to reintroduce myself. My name is Rose. I am a physical therapist in the state of Florida. I've been a physical therapist for a little over 4 years now, and I'm currently working in the hospital setting. What pushed me to make today's video is the video that Amberlynn put out reacting to Zachary Michael. In that video, she got upset that he was kind of making fun of her for not being able to walk very far. It's also important to point out that she kind of manipulated the video and edited it to look like he had said some things that he hadn't actually said in the context that she was claiming that he was saying them. Another reason that I wanted to make this video is that recently she put out a video where she was saying that she gets a lot of hate online and is treated differently because of her weight. So there are some things that I want to get into in regards to that. Just a little bit of a disclaimer, I want to say that I'm not speculating about Amberlynn's diagnoses or medical problems in this video. I'm solely speaking based on my experience as a physical therapist, what I've observed working as a physical therapist, and also what I have observed watching Amberlynn's videos. Firstly, I want to define what ableism is. Ableism is a set of beliefs or practices that devalue and discriminate against people with physical, intellectual, or psychiatric disabilities, and often rests on the assumption that disabled people need to be fixed in one form or another. It's important to point out that ableism is a discrimination not in like a violent or mean way, but more so a discrimination coming from a place of ignorance. So we as a society have come to look at people with disabilities as being less than or incapable of doing certain things, and it's a misconception that has kind of been adopted by our society. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that society is seeing someone as disabled, labeling them as disabled, and kind of taking their identity from them and instead replacing it with our misconceptions and beliefs. In PT school, it was really driven home to us that we were not to talk about patients as the stroke patient, the knee replacement patient, the COPD patient. Instead, we were to refer to our patients as the person who had a stroke, the patient who had a knee replacement, the patient who has COPD. So that way we're defining them and identifying them first as a person and then describing what their medical issues are. When I meet with a new patient at the hospital, the first thing that I try to do is make a physical connection with them so that I am learning more about them and am able in my mind to identify them based on that personal connection rather than the reason that they are at the hospital. In my experience, people who have disabilities or handicaps want to be known for who they are as a person, their personality, their hobbies, their accomplishments, etc. And they don't want their disability to be what identifies them to the world. My main issue with Amberlynn Reid becoming the self-proclaimed spokesperson of the ableism movement is that she seems to define herself by her weight, her handicaps, her disabilities, her mental health problems, and she exploits that on the internet. She is consistently clickbaiting ER visits, doctor visits, weight loss doctor visits, psychologist visits, and her weight in general. You can't throw that out on the internet and use it as clickbait and then get upset when people comment on it. She was really upset in Zach's video that he was, making fun of the fact that she couldn't walk very far, and she manipulated the video to make it look like he was making fun of her appearance, and he was not doing that. And Zach has since apologized for being accused of being ableist and using the word normal. He apologized for that and recognized that it wasn't something he necessarily should have said. But Amberlynn, you can't consistently throw out your weight and using doctor's visits as clickbait and then get upset when people make commentary about it. Just scrolling through her channel from the last few months, I'm going to throw up some pictures of thumbnails and titles that she's used that are just examples of her clickbaiting her medical problems and her weight. Alex from So Psyched, and I'm going to leave her channel linked down below. She put a video up where she makes a really great point about how when you put yourself out on the internet, you have to come to expect criticism and scrutiny. And she says it a lot better than I would say it, so I'm just going to play that clip now.
If you put yourself out there, you are open to scrutiny. You have to be. Like, I am putting myself out here in the open, so everyone can feel free to make any kind of reaction channels to me, to take my content and make it their own. I don't have authority over it. You can't put yourself out there and trying to censor others when it comes to their reaction. Like, that's not how the internet works.
So bottom line, Amberlynn cannot continue to make videos where her weight, her doctor's visits, her diagnoses are the front and center title of the video, and then continue to get upset and try to call out these commentary channels, these reaction channels that comment on those things that she's talking about in the video. She can't try to become part of this ableism movement because people with disabilities who have been discriminated against are not throwing out their disabilities and their handicaps, right front and center when you meet them. Most people are not going to be having a conversation with you and then be like, oh, hey, by the way, I have this handicap. Oh, hey, by the way, I have this disability. In normal conversation, they're not just going to throw that out there. Hi, my name is Rose and I have depression. Like, that's not something that people do on a normal, everyday basis. Amberlynn has taken every opportunity since being diagnosed with bipolar to throw that out in a video. She's also taken in the past multiple opportunities to talk about having binge eating disorder when the BetterHelp therapist diagnosed her with binge eating disorder. So you can't have your cake and eat it too, Amberlynn, and I get that's a horrible metaphor for her, but she can't clickbait medical problems and then not expect people to comment on her medical problems. Also, she can't get upset when people make commentary reactions to those videos. If there's anything I would want people to take away from this video, it's just to be more open-minded about people with disabilities, and don't immediately expect that there's something that a person who has a disability can't do. People go through rigorous therapy and other things like that help them to function in their everyday lives, and a lot of times people are much more capable than we give them credit for. I am open to having a conversation down in the comments because I know I still have a lot more to learn. Please be kind, please be respectful, but if you want to have a discussion, leave some comments below. I want to thank everybody for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. I want to thank Alex from So Psyched. I reached out to her and she gave me some advice on this video, and I'm going to leave her linked down below, so go check her out. She's a psychologist. She makes some videos about Amberlynn, and she has a really good and professional perspective on Amberlynn. I'm also going to leave my Instagram and Twitter link down below if you want to reach out to me on there. You can go ahead and follow me. Again, thank you all for watching, and I will see you in the next one.